I've got to warn you guys, your brain is going to be working against you when it comes to making fantasy football waiver decisions. A lot of you are too attached to guys on your roster right now, and there are some behavioral economic effects that you have to fight against and be aware of if you want to make logical decisions. I'm a guy who's won exactly 36% of all the fantasy football leagues I've been in the last 20 plus years. I want to help you out right now with managing waivers, and it's a big part of winning. First, you have to understand loss aversion. This means that we are more afraid of losing something we have than getting something we don't have. And this is a big issue. Guys are afraid to drop someone that they thought was going to be really good a couple weeks ago, when honestly, there are guys that are clearly rising on the wave. You can also relate this to the sunk cost fallacy. This is saying when we've already paid for something, we don't want to lose it. Think if you already spent $300 to go to a sporting event and then you're vomiting your brains out, you still want to try to go to the thing when honestly, you should just stay in bed and rest. What you already paid shouldn't affect your current decision making. So I don't care if you drafted a guy relatively high. If he's not worth rostering, don't be afraid to drop him. Then we've got the status quo bias, which is relatively straightforward. People prefer the status quo. We're biased to keep things as they are. This can also be framed as the familiarity heuristic, which basically says that we prefer things that are familiar even if they are suboptimal. Don't let that be you. Don't have a suboptimal roster just because you're familiar with it. I'm going to keep hammering this point home. There's the endowment effect. Yeah, there's a lot of behavioral economics that sort of overlaps. This basically says that when you own something, you're more attached to it. You're less willing to give it up. And then we also have the mere exposure effect at play. Basically, just merely being exposed to something makes you more likely to want it. Every time you look at your roster, see these same guys, means you're going to overvalue them just slightly. So yeah, being great at fantasy football requires overruling some of these things that are dictating the way our little monkey brains try to process information. Behavioral economics can make a difference, so don't be afraid to make trades, don't be afraid to make waiver claims. Let me know what you guys thought. Stay learning. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. And leave a comment on the video. While this channel is still growing, I'm going to try to reply to every single comment as much as possible. Oh yeah, and if you want more specific advice, check out my website, fansports.com. It's up there. I'm trying to update positional rankings basically every single day, trying to be as accurate as possible. People told me it's a pretty good deal. Thank you so much for all the support. You guys rock.